Hey there, Phil. So this is the Dropbox tutorial that I promised you. I've had to re-record it a couple of times because it turns out that I'm very bad at explaining things briefly. So hopefully this one will be the charm. So the first thing that we want to do, basically this is a regular MacBook Pro. So I'm hoping that this desktop looks very similar to your desktop. Essentially, my dock is at the bottom, yours might be somewhere else, but this is basically what it is. I have been using Chrome as my browser. I don't know what kind of browser you use personally, but really any will work for what we're going to do. So I'm going to go to Google right now. Ahead and deleted Dropbox off my computer completely so that I can teach you how to install it on your computer and be able to use it. Um, so there are two different ways in which you should be able to use Dropbox to send me documents. The first one is through a browser. So what that means is that you would open something like Chrome, there's also Firefox or Safari, and you would simply go to Dropbox.com. And when you log into your Dropbox, it should look something like this. Um, this is basically the home page of Dropbox. As you can see here, there is a shared folder with us. So one of the things that I need to point out that is very important is that your Dropbox account is your own Dropbox account. And unless you are sharing a folder, other people cannot see it. So your Dropbox homepage will look very different than my homepage because I have other clients here. So it's important for you to note this because it'll become a very automatic thing if you start uploading and hitting this button over here. So just remember, if you do so at the home page, anything that you upload will not be shared with me automatically. You will have to then drag it into this folder. So just to avoid that confusion, always make sure when you're sending me a file to be sure to click on the folder that is shared with us. The way that you know that this folder is a shared folder and that the two of us have access to it is over here. Over here you'll see everybody that is currently sharing this folder. Your friend is one of the people included. He has not added it yet or responded to my email, but hopefully we'll hear from him very soon. And there's you, and there's me. So over here is where we're mostly going to be uploading files and whatnot. So you can upload individual files, and the way that we would do this is that you click on upload, and then this box will float down, and this is basically all of your documents in your computer. So I like to have a pretty clean desktop, as you can see, but then I have certain folders that I use on a regular basis. Here's you. So here are some like images that I have downloaded, for inspiration. I sent these to you already, and I know that they're irrelevant now, but for the purposes of this tutorial, you can click on one individually, press open, and it'll upload. If you want to click on many, you can click and drag from the bottom up, and you would click on many. Or you can press one document and then hold down the shift button on your keyboard and click on any other, and it'll select between the first one and the last one that you selected. Alternatively, you can press down on the command button on your keyboard, and that would allow you to select many without any particular order. Okay? So you can select a couple of different documents, press open. Depending on the size of the document, usually the upload time is pretty quick. And as you can see here, they'll start to show up on our shared document, or on our share folder, essentially. It tells me here that there's an error. A lot of the times the reason why there is an error is because the name on the document is funky. So I would make sure that you use normal names for the document, and it didn't have anything to do with the size. As you can see, the biggest file uploaded just fine. So a lot of times it's the name of the document that gets in the way, or the type of document that it is. So if you need any assistance with that, let me know. I will go ahead and delete these files, and the way that you can delete a singular file is that you can, when you haven't clicked on any specific items, so there isn't a little checkbox next to it, what you would do is you would just press this button, and it gives you a menu, and then you would press delete. Alternatively, if you want to delete many files, you can select multiple files, and then the menu up here, and the menu over here on this side either gives you the option of downloading it into your computer, which would mean that a copy of the file would download onto your computer, or you can just go ahead and delete them. Let's explore the download real quick, just so that you see what happens. Basically, they come out as a zip folder because there's many of them. But this is what I will be doing on my end. And I will then later open it as a zip file. So you don't have to worry about that yourself, but just so you know, that's what happens when you download multiple files at a time. I'm going to go ahead and delete them. Keep in mind that whenever you delete a document on our shared folder, it will be deleted on both sides of our, like on both ends of the computers, basically, your end and my end. So anything that I can see, you can see. So this is basically how you navigate the website itself. Upload files, you find the files on your computer, and you upload them. Now, if you have a whole folder that you have collected all of your files into, you can upload a folder itself. Uploading a folder, it'll essentially make it look like you haven't selected anything, but if the folder name is right here, then it's been selected. And you can go ahead and navigate through your computer and find the correct folder if that's not the one that you were looking for. And then you can just hit upload, and all of the files, even though it doesn't look like they're selected, the name of the file being up here means that they are selected. So that's basically all you really need to know about it for now. Those are the main ways that you can upload photos using a browser. Now the other option is downloading Dropbox onto your computer, and this will allow you to click and drag photographs in using your computer. So we're going to explore that real quick.